started dropping.
What's going on, family? You're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. Only thing I ask that you do is hit that like button as you come in. Look at here, family. There's a quarterback competition going on with the Cleveland Browns football team between Shedeur Sanders and Dillion Gabriel. Dillion Gabriel was the third round pick for the Cleveland Browns at that quarterback position. Then they circled around and drafted Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round. Well, during rookie minicamp, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, and now at training camp, there's a battle going on. And Shedeur Sanders is, you already know, doing him in. Yeah. Every time ESPN put out a tracker, there it is right there, Shedeur Sanders is leading the pack. Not just with Dillion Gabriel, he's leading the pack with Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, all but one day, and that was the first day of training camp. But after that, Shedeur has struck back with a vengeance, baby. Yeah, this dude has came back showing you his arm talent, showing his ball placement skill, footwork, and everything that you need to see from a quarterback. Shedeur Sanders is mentally tough, ready for the challenge. He's showing you his arm talent. He's showing you his work ethic. And most important part about it, decision making with that football. You seen it yesterday during training camp. And I'm sure they on the field, getting ready to go on the field right now and perform their last training camp practice for this week before they take a break on Sunday. But Shedeur Sanders putting that work in. Now, Dillion Gabriel, he's doing the best he can. He probably the second best quarterback on this team right now, to me. Both of them are better than Joe Flacco. Both of them right now is better than Kenny Pickett. Shedeur Sanders and Dillion Gabriel. Shedeur Sanders should be the starting quarterback. Dillion Gabriel should be his backup. That's what the route Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Brown organization need to go. But at this time, let's watch some videos from Shedeur Sanders and the way he performed at training camp yesterday. And when I get back, we're going to watch some videos of Dillion Gabriel. And after that, we're going to come back and talk about it. All right? Show the videos of Shedeur Sanders. That boy stood up in that paint out there now. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, that's Shedeur Sanders' performance from yesterday at training camp. One thing I like about Shedeur, he bounced back. He didn't let that first training camp performance get him down, and that's what you want to see in your quarterback. The mental toughness of Shedeur Sanders. The decision-making that he does with the football, the accuracy up under pressure, as you see him doing right now, and the leadership skills in the huddle, calling plays, getting out of the huddle real fast, get to the line of scrimmage, make his checks. And he's been doing that on a consistent basis. And I like that. Throwing a wide receiver open in a tight window, adjusting to the NFL speed. And also, you can see Shedeur building a relationship with his teammate. At the end of the practice, you can see Myles Garrett right there on the video on the screen, walking up, putting pressure on Shedeur. He lined up on the sitter to give Shedeur a look that he gonna see in the NFL, and that shows you the type of person they see Shedeur as. Like I say, a good teammate. All that talk from the pre-draft situation about Shedeur, totally false. People that spreading lies, that's out there, that's running their mouth and don't even know what they talking about. But you gotta like the way Shedeur is performing so far. The 3 days in training camp. Now the key gonna be is when them shoulder pads come on. When them shoulder pads come on, bro, listen here. It's a different type of animal, a different type of beast that gonna come out of Shedeur Sunday. He gonna amp that thing up a little bit more higher, and I hope that quarterback room be ready. Joe Flacco better be ready, because right now, according to that tracker right there, he ain't ready. Kenny Pickett better be ready. When them shoulder pads come on and you got to go up against another opponent, you better be ready, because right there on that tracker, he ain't ready. Listen, DG, I know you're a rookie. I know you was picked before Shedeur, but when them shoulder pads come on, oh, that mustard G. When them shoulder pads come on, family, DG, you better be ready. I'm telling you, I know you kind of short. I know your arm's not that big and strong, but I'm telling you going to see a different type of quarterback when Shedeur Sanders hit that field, and they give him the opportunity to run with that #1 offense against Philadelphia and Carolina Panthers in those inter-squad scrimmage game. A light going to switch on, and Kevin Ambassador and that quarterback coach, they got a video right there in that white shirt. They're going to be looking at Shedeur. They're going to be saying, Tom, that boy bad, boy. We don't found our franchise quarterback. Only thing I'm trying to tell you, Shedeur is going to get ready to turn up. You hear me? Now, I'm not kind of worried. I'm not worried about training camp. I'm really not. You can't worry about it, because they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to go by what they already know established. They went and got Kenny Pickett. They traded a 5th round draft pick for him. So they got to see what he can do. I'm past that. I think I am. I hope I am. Okay, go ahead. Let him get out there and do what he's going to do all the way up till them shoulder pads come on. Then they got Joe Flacco for an emergency, a backup. Joe Flacco do not want that smoke, y'all. That's why he performing the way he is now. Put it up there again. Them the numbers he continued to put out during mandatory minicamp and training camp. He had the worst stat line of all the quarterbacks, all but one day. And that was the first day of training camp. That's Joe Flacco, who many people say gonna start. These ain't got no shoulder pads on. When them shoulder pads come on, Joe Flacco gonna show his color. They gonna cut him. I'm on record for saying, trust me, they gonna cut him. The record showing right now. Okay, Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is who he is. Is who he is. Him and Dillion Gabriel gonna be fighting to see who can be the bag up to Shedeur when the dust settles. When that dust settles, they gonna be fighting to see who can bag up Shedeur. Well, when you get to Shedeur, Shedeur already showing y'all what he can do. He doing more with less. When they let him run with the 3rd string and 4th string, he still producing. Yesterday, they brought him up and let him run with the 2nd string. Put that chart back up there again. You see what he do. I just showed you the videos, what he did when he ran with the #2 offense. Do you know what he gonna do when he run with that #1 offense? I'm just trying to tell you, family, Shedeur Sanders is out playing each one of them right now. Well, Dillion Gabriel, it's your time. I'm going to give you a little run on my talk show, and here we go. play the video of DG of yesterday, the way he performed in training camp. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw the videos of Dillion Gabriel from training camp on yesterday. Like I said, Shedeur just looked better than any of the quarterbacks in this room right now. I know it's early. I know they're not playing with pads on, but once them pads come on, a light switch gonna go up, and Shedeur gonna take it up just a little bit higher. Competition is everything. Shedeur told you that in the press conference. Competition is everything, and he waiting on it, and he ready. Everybody need a little competition in their life, and Shedeur finna get ready to stand up in this paint when them shoulder pads come on Wednesday. Wednesday is when the shoulder pads come on for the Cleveland Brown football team. All right? All right. Now I got to move on from that. Well, it just didn't stop there yesterday. The press conference. Let's listen to the press conference and the question that they were asking Shedeur, and listen to the answer that Shedeur gave them. Run those tapes of Shedeur during the press conference.
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even gonna think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, there's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down, or it doesn't make me feel left out or anything, because I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as an individual, and I know what I could bring to this team. So I can never feel less than, in any circumstance. I'll say just have a deeper level of understanding, because I know whenever I get my opportunity, I gotta maximize it. So that's something you have to change in the mentality standpoint, and the mental standpoint is, okay, I just gotta think about what I could do to get better, even if I'm not getting reps in. It's no problem. It doesn't really faze me. You gotta understand, we came all the way from HBCU to Power 5, and then now we're here. So at this point, if you look around, there's nothing, that's a challenge, I'd say.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Shedeur during the press conference during yesterday, and I'm telling you, he's a standout guy. He's showing you his leadership skills, and he answered every question that they throw at him. He didn't duck and dodge not one of them. He gave him what he want, and the only thing they can do is say, man, I'm impressed by Shedeur Sanders and the way he handled himself. Straight professional. He didn't get upset when they asked him about the speeding ticket. He didn't get upset when they asked him about how he feel about not running with the #1 teams or not getting enough reps. He just straight up stood up in that paint and answered their question. The leadership skill. That's what you want from a franchise quarterback. Show you he's ready for it. You just need an opportunity. Go ahead. And let's get this show on. All right? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Sports Talk with D. Watts. I'm the host, Bernard Watts. One thing I ask you to do is hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, hit that bell notification. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. And if you'd like to continue to support the broadcast in any kind of way, through Cash App, Super Chat, or just simply by just joining the membership. The Join Membership tab is on my front page. All you got to do is click on the Join, pick out the plan that you want, and support the broadcast. And whatever you do is highly Appreciate it. Until next time, y'all be blessed, and I'll see you later on tonight with a live show at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Peace.
No, I get it. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. So yeah, good. Yeah.